Welcome to History in Flames. Empires rise and fall, the past comes alive in fire and ash. Subscribe and relive the stories that shaped the world. Summer 1940, Europe had fallen. France had surrendered. The British Army had only just escaped across the Channel at Dunkirk, and now Britain stood alone. Across the water, Adolf Hitler prepared an audacious plan, an invasion of the British Isles. It would be called Operation Sea Lion. In history, the plan never happened. But what if it did? The situation could not have been more dire. Nazi Germany controlled almost all of Western Europe. Its armies had crushed Poland, Denmark, Norway, Belgium, the Netherlands, and France in less than a year. Britain was the last democracy still resisting. Across the Channel, only 20 miles of water separated the Wehrmacht from the English coast. Hitler believed Britain would negotiate peace. But Winston Churchill had other ideas, promised his people nothing but blood, toil, tears, and sweat, and he refused to surrender. That left Hitler with one option: invasion. Operation Sea Lion called for 160,000 German soldiers to land on the beaches of southern England, supported by 2,000 tanks and artillery. The plan relied on using more than 2,000 barges and small boats to ferry troops across the English Channel. But there was a problem. Germany did not control the skies. The Luftwaffe had to destroy the Royal Air Force before the invasion could begin. That Battle of Britain became the first major campaign fought entirely in the air, and the RAF, outnumbered and exhausted, held firm. By September 1940, Hitler postponed Operation Sea Lion indefinitely. It remained a plan on paper, never launched. But let us imagine if it had gone forward. Asterisk, it is September 1940. At dawn, thousands of German barges and landing craft gather in the ports of Calais, Boulogne, and Dunkirk. The Channel waters are rough, the weather unpredictable. As the invasion fleet moves out, Royal Navy destroyers spot them. The RAF scrambles Spitfires and Hurricanes to attack. In the skies above, dogfights erupt, hundreds of aircraft battling in swirling chaos. Below, bombs fall on the barges, sinking dozens, but still, the German armada pushes forward. The first wave of troops, seasick and crammed into unsteady boats, approaches the English coast. At Brighton, Hastings, and Folkestone, the invasion begins. German engineers struggle to clear beach obstacles, barbed wire, mines, and concrete pillboxes. The British Home Guard fires desperately from the dunes. Villagers watch from church towers as black smoke rises over the coastline. The first German troops land under heavy fire. Waves of soldiers pour out of their craft, sprinting across sand, taking cover behind seawalls. British defenders fight with rifles, Bren guns, and even shotguns. The fighting is brutal. Civilians flee inland as artillery shells pound the beaches. Within hours, the Germans secure a thin beachhead, but the cost is heavy. Hundreds of barges destroyed. Thousands of soldiers lost at sea. Yet still, the invasion pushes forward. German panzer divisions roll onto English soil. Villages and towns are seized one by one. Roads choke with refugees, mothers clutching children, farmers leading carts, entire families on foot. The Home Guard sets up roadblocks with trucks and hay bales, firing what little ammunition they have. The Wehrmacht pushes toward London. Bridges are blown by retreating British engineers. Telephone lines cut. Resistance grows desperate. The skies roar with bombers as the Luftwaffe tries to support the advancing army. In the countryside, British forces regroup. Canadian, Australian, and Polish pilots fly overhead, strafing columns. Tanks clash on narrow English roads, German armor against British Matildas. For the first time in centuries, foreign armies march across England. Asterisk, by late September, the German army nears the capital. London braces itself. Sandbags line the streets. Civilians dig trenches in parks. The Thames fills with smoke from burning docks. At Downing Street, Churchill refuses to flee. He tells his ministers, "If this Long Island story of ours is to end at last, let it end only when each one of us lies choking in his own blood upon the ground." German columns approach London. The RAF, though battered, continues to fight. In the skies above, Spitfires duel Messerschmitts in the largest air battle yet. Civilians huddle in underground stations as bombs fall night after night. Britain surrender? Or would the capital become a battlefield? If Germany had taken London, the consequences would have been catastrophic. The Royal Navy might have retreated to Canada. The king and government could have fled overseas. Without Britain, the United States would have lost its most important ally in Europe. D-Day may never have happened. The Soviet Union, already facing the German invasion in 1941, might have collapsed without Western support. The world we know today would be unrecognizable. In truth, Hitler never launched Operation Sea Lion. The RAF denied him control of the skies. The Royal Navy remained dominant at sea. And Germany lacked the landing craft needed to ferry tanks across the Channel. Instead, the war shifted east, toward the Soviet Union, and Britain endured. Standing as the last bastion of freedom in Europe until the United States entered the war, Operation Sea Lion never came. But the mere threat of it defined Britain's darkest hour. In those days, the fate of the world balanced on the courage of a small island and the resolve of its people. History could have taken a very different turn. A German invasion of Britain would have reshaped the modern world. Because of the bravery of RAF pilots, the strength of the Royal Navy, and the determination of civilians, Hitler's plan remained only a dream. This was Operation Sea Lion, the invasion that never was. But what if it had been? Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more. Share your thoughts below.